We're starting Mirz Hashem Siman Mem Gimel in haGuela. And he brings the Gemara in Sanhedrin. The Gemara in Sanhedrin Daf Kuf Tes and base Oin ben Peleth ben Ruvain. It says that one of the people in Korach's rebellion was Oin ben Peleth ben Ruvain. Oin, why was he called Oin? She yashav ba'aninis, because he sat in mourning. Peleth shenasu loy plois. Peleth, because he had miracles done for him, that he was saved from, not mamish miracles, but he was saved from the disaster of Korach. Omar Rav, Oin ben Peleth ishto yitzilasai. His wife saved him. Omar, she said to him, "My nafkalach mina." She said, "What do you care? Mar Rabba ant Talmida. Mar Rabba ant Talmida." She said, "If now there was a machlokes between Korach and Moshe Rabbeinu." So Rashi says, if Korach is the leader, then you'll be a talmid of him. If Moshe is the leader, you'll be a talmid. So what do you care who wins the machlokes? So just back off. Don't be part of it. You're anyway not going to get any greatness out of it. And according to the Medrash Tanchuma, it was Aaron. He was talking about Aaron, so he meant to say, if Aaron is the Kohen Gadol, you'll be a simple Yid, and if Korach becomes the Kohen Gadol, you'll also be a simple Yid. So what do you care who the Kohen Gadol is? Anyway, Amar Allah. So Oin said to his wife, "My Avid, what should I do? Havai be'etza, I was in the council of Korach, ve'ishtaboy liba hadayu, and I swore to them, together with them. I made the oath together with Korach that I should be part of his rebellion." So Amrulay, she said to him. Now the Girsa Sagra takes out the word lay, so it's not to him. She just said it on her own. But the point is, she said it. She thought to herself, Yadana de Kula Kanishta Kadisha Ninhu. I know that the whole Klal Yisrael is holy. And then the Gemara continues and says, Shenemar Ki Chol Ho'eda Kulam Kedoshim. Korach himself said, all the people are holy. That was Korach's whole slogan, right? He said, we don't have to accept you as the leader, we're all holy. So Ashkisa Chamra, she gave him wine, and she made him go to sleep in the house, in the tent. Oisfa Abava, and she sat down on the door, by the doorway of the house. The Satarte Lamazye, and she uncovered her hair. But now we understand what she meant when she said, "I know that the whole Eda is Kedoshim." She meant to say, that's their slogan. They all claim to be holy. If they're so holy, they're never going to come into the house if I'm sitting with uncovered hair in the door. If Korach would be like a Friar Yid, okay, then maybe he would come in, right? But no, Korach claims to be holy, right? So we gotta deal with him the way he claims. So told the Asa, anybody who came, Chazia, he saw the wife of Oin sitting there uncovered, so Hadar, and he went back. He went back from coming in. The Korach's group tried to get Oin to help them, he didn't come. In the meantime, the whole the earth opened up and swallowed up Korach and all the people. Okay, that's the Gemara. So the Rebbe says, we have to understand. After these wonders were done for him, the Nitzal me'adas choitim, and he was saved from the council of the group of the sinners, and Misa, and he was saved from death. He should have been happy. Why was Oin still sad after the story was over? You understand how maybe he was sad before, but why was he sad after? He says, Rashi's Pirish, it was sadness, meaning mourning, meaning he was making himself sad to do tshuva al shahayi mohem tchila ba'etza, because he originally was with them, so he felt bad that he did that. He wanted to do tshuva, so that was what it means ba'aninis. With the Medrash Tanchuma, lama nikra shmoy oin, the Medrash says the same thing, shekol yamav ba'aninis. But the Medrash adds on the word shekol yamav. His whole life he was ba'aninis haya, meaning even after he finished doing tshuva, he was still ba'aninis. The question is why? Tzarich bir. Now that he did tshuva, he should be happy. Tshuva has a certain amount that you do, and once you do it, you should be finished, right? There's nothing that stands in the way of tshuva. any aveira could be atoned for. And you see Hashem did nisim for him and saved him. So why was he sad for his whole life? Let him do tshuva, be sad for a while, and then be happy later, right? So that he was sad for his whole life. You know why? His tshuva was never perfect. He did tshuva, but his tshuva wasn't perfect tshuva. Why? It was impossible for him to do perfect tshuva. The possibility was taken away from him. Why was that? Because the Rambam says, very famous Yisoid over there, what's tshuva? Ezu hi tshuva gemura. What is the perfect level of tshuva, the highest level? That the exact same sin came to him again. He had the opportunity again to do the sin. He had the power to do it. He still had his powers of before that he used to have. But nevertheless, he desisted from doing it because of his tshuva. That shows that he really did tshuva. So just standing, clapping al chait and everything, and thinking about the tshuva is great, but it's not complete until you come to the opportunity to repeat the sin and you don't do it. So let's say someone did tshuva only when he was old, and he doesn't anymore have the ability to do the sins he used to do, even though that's not perfect tshuva, but it still helps for him. It's still good. It's just not the best. And what's the makar of the Rambam? He says, "V'chein amru Razal b'Gemara Yuma Daf Pevav." The Gemara says, this is where the Rambam got it from. It says, "Hechi dami tshuva." What is tshuva? V'oisei makam uv'oisei zman uv'oisei isha. If someone did an aveir with a woman, if he comes to the same place where he was when he did the aveir, and the same time, and the same isha, and he turns it down. Ad kan divrei ha-Gemara sham. That's the Gemara. Okay. Yesh misha stoiver delasi lavoi achri yimoyis Mashiach. Some hold that when Mashiach comes, lo yikabu bali tshuva, that we're not going to accept bali tshuva anymore. Why? Even bali
tshuva?
Yeah. What?
Even bali tshuva.
Even bali tshuva. Now the Gemara says ein mekablim geirim yimoyis Mashiach, because that's the difference. The geirim come then because Yidden will be in a high level of not ruchnius, a high level of gashmius. We'll have power. We'll have a king. We'll have a country. We'll have everything. So it'll be like a different ulterior motive that they're coming. That's gerim. But Bali Tshuva, it's a different issue. That they're coming to do tshuva. They're taka doing tshuva, but the problem is that they don't have a Yetzer Hara anymore. So they really don't have any reason not to do tshuva. So do tshuva, right? So ein mekablim bali tshuva l'moisa Mashiach. Okay, he's not paskening that way, but he's saying there's a man de'omer that holds that way. Okay, there won't be a Yetzer Hara there at that time. In Mashiach's times, the Yetzer Hara will be gone. The whole world will be full of knowledge. Therefore, the tshuva won't be acceptable. So now let's go back to our story. Oin ben Peleth, what did he do? First he wanted to be with Korach's group. Then his wife told him, what do you care? You don't have any hana from it. You might as well just stop. So then he said to her, but I swore. He agreed to her, but he said, I swore, I can't go back. So she said, okay, I'll make sure that you don't go. And she made sure he didn't go, and then he was saved. So, V'hinei be'oin ben Peleth, hagam she'as tshuva ba'achroina. After his wife told him not to go, he agreed. He went along with it. He drank the wine. He went to sleep. He did what she told him to do. Right? The nimna ba'atzas ishtoi shelo leilachimam aval adayin haya mesupak. But even at that time, even after he listened to her, he was still not sure. Mesupak v'oimed v'nata achar atzas Korach. He still had some leanings towards Korach. How do you know? Because he said to his wife, he said, I swore to them. He was afraid that by not going with the Korach people, he would be going against his own shvua. But according to what Oin thought, if Oin did real tshuva, then he realized his wife was right and Korach was wrong, then the shvuah was worthless. If someone makes a shvuah to go against one mitzvah, the shvuah is not chal. So Kol Shekain here, he was going against the whole Torah. Because Korach is arguing on Moshe, he's arguing on everything Moshe ever said, right? So the shvuah is not chal. The shvuah is not effective. So why was he afraid of the shvuah? He was still in doubt. He was in doubt who is right. Only after Korach got swallowed up, then he realized the truth. Reminds me of a story. I said this before. A story about the Chazon Ish's father. It's brought in the Orchis Rabbeinu. It brings from the Chazon Ish that the Chazon Ish told a story about his father. His father was a rav in a town in Europe, and there was a man in his town at the time of the Zionist Congress. He decided to go to the Zionist Congress. He's a rav, Talmud Chacham.
Which one?
Which Congress? I don't know. Maybe the first, the second. He planned on going to the Zionist Congress because the Zionists went around. They didn't just want secular people there; they wanted Rabbanim also. So they went around Europe trying to get people excited about Zionism. So this guy, this Rav in the Chazon Ish's father's town, decided to go. So the Chazon Ish's father was very upset. So he called him in and he said, "Swear to me that you won't go." So the guy realized that it was wrong, so he swore. He swore that he wouldn't go. So that was the way he solved the problem. So people asked the Chazon Ish, how did that work? According to this Zionist, he thought that it was a mitzvah to go, because he thought Zionism was a mitzvah. So it was a mitzvah, ein shvuah chal mitzvah. Can't make a shvuah not to do a mitzvah, so a shvuah is not going to be effective. So the Chazon Ish said, they know deep in their heart that their movement is not a mitzvah. They just say it, they think it, but deep in their heart they really know it's not a mitzvah. So therefore, they would realize that the shvuah is chal. I was thinking though, according to what he's saying here about Oin had a suffix, right? So on the tzad that Korach was right, his shvuah was not chal. But on the tzad that Korach was wrong. Okay, on the side that the Korach was right, his shvuah was chal, because he swore to follow Korach, right? So on the side that Korach was right, the shvuah was chal. That's why he was afraid of being over on the shvuah. But the same thing, if the same thing is true of this guy in the Chazon Ish's father's town, then if he wasn't sure, if he had any doubt in his heart whether Zionism was right or wrong, maybe it was right, maybe the shvuah wasn't chal. But on the other hand, maybe it was. You understand? He wasn't 100% sure. So you understand what the Chazon Ish is saying? He's saying, as long as the guy wasn't 100% sure that Zionism is right, maybe his shvuah is effective. So then he won't be able to go to the Congress. So that explains how that Maisa worked. You don't have to say so strong that the Zionists totally don't believe in their own words. They believe in it a little bit, but they have a suffix about it.
Smach Moshe could see his Gegulim. He said one of them was in Machlekes. He didn't know which one. He said he was on the fence, but he didn't know which one side to pick.
He wasn't right. Korach wasn't like the Zionists. Korach was a tzaddik. You see earlier, he just mentioned before, Korach said, "Kol kulam kedoshim." We're all holy, right? We're not going to go down in a house that has a woman with uncovered hair. We wouldn't do a thing like that at all. The Zionists would do it, but the Korach didn't do it. So, right. So
why is he bringing this? The Satmar?
Oh, so you're going to see in a second. That's what I want to show you. So, Avol continues the haGuela. Avol oz loy haya b'mitzias last ois oid shuva. That
I'm sorry, I lost a place.
it's the last word in the line. Well, mine is mitzias here. Oz loy haya b'mitzias. That after Korach got swallowed up, then Oin realized already who was right. But at that point, it was too late for him to do real tshuva. It wasn't possible anymore to do the real tshuva, the highest level. They all died already. Those who disagreed with Moshe. They had no opportunity to sin anymore. So he didn't have the opportunity to go back to his old sin. You can't really do tshuva anymore. And there was no other movement like Korach, right? It didn't happen again a few years later that somebody got up and said against Moshe Rabbeinu, right? It didn't happen again. So I never had an opportunity to correct his error. He was saved from death. Of course, he praised Hashem and thanked him for saving his life. He still had mourning in his heart. He was upset his whole life because he didn't do tshuva at the right time. It was manoi. And therefore all his simcha was spoiled. Even though he had simcha, but the simcha was like overshadowed by his sadness that he didn't have an opportunity to really do tshuva. So what does the Rebbe bring this in for? So if you look in the Torah, you have to look in the original. I have here the actual lashon, the Rebbe word for word from Parshat Korach Tafshin Chav Zayin. No. He said like this. He says, that really after the 6-day war people should be happy, right? Hashem had mercy on us and he saved us. At least for now he saved us.
What's Dervile?
In the meantime. In other words, in the meantime we're saved. It could be the 6-day war is going to have bad consequences later. But at least for now, the danger was gone. Hashem knows we're going to still need mercy. But at least for now, Jews were saved. But most of the war cost Jewish lives. Every Jewish life has no you can't value it. Has no, it's invaluable. It has no way to value it. At least for the rest of the people living in the state, you still have to praise Hashem and thank Him that we're all saved. Okay, he says, but still it's painful because as men is reingefallen, they fell into the mikshol of apikorsis and minas. Why? It says Oin ben Peleth. We're all today like Oin ben Peleth. Why? Medaf mis Oin zayin of the ployim. You have to be upset over the miracles that happened. Not miracles literally, but like, in other words, the fact that we were saved. As the Gemara sagt. People stumbled because of this war. People stumbled. Huge numbers of Jews stumbled from the Nitzolim Taka. Those who were saved from the danger was Zelten gedarf geben schwach for Hashem Yisborach. They really should have praised Hashem. Mitten antläufen von Minas und von Apikoros. They should have been praising Hashem for saving them from Minas and Apikoros, but it's not true. They didn't get saved from that. They fell into it. In other words, they're not like Oin ben Peleth. He's saying it's worse. Oin ben Peleth, after the story was over, Lamaisa, he realized that he was wrong. But these people never realized they're wrong. It shouldn't be people who affirm and like support the heretics, the Rishonim. That's the reason for all bad things. There's been a reingefallen and there's noited seminas. People today, after the war, are more leaning towards the heresy of it.
Well, the Bab's Rebbe, he also was excited after the 6-day war.
Yeah?
Right, he gave...
It's a miracle of God.
And there's a reingefallen sufficient the chokim al Hashem Yisborach. In other words, instead of Oin ben Peleth, that he came out of it realizing Korach was wrong, it's fakert. Today people fell into the group of people who are arguing on Hashem, who are disagreeing with Hashem. It's not only we didn't do the highest level of tshuva, as like the Oin ben Peleth, like Oin ben Peleth didn't do. Erhard geklagt, he was taka sad because he didn't do the highest level of tshuva, but he still did tshuva, right? But today, he was already at the end of the story. He didn't agree with Korach, and the hot shoynish can't sign by their main. He couldn't go back and join them anymore. It was too late. Nor hat geklockt, hat nicht getan tshuva nach wie lang since nach gewend Zeit. He was upset that he hadn't done tshuva when there was still time to do it. Wie lang since nach nicht gewend chash. As long as the suffix was around, right? Hat sich nicht berechnet dem. He didn't think about it enough that time. He made a mistake. Therefore, is there gesessen kol yom of banim. That's why he was upset his whole life. Nach the Peleth, even after the amazing wonder that was happened to him, is there gesessen kol yom of baninus. So halachas kama v'kama. This is the conclusion. So if that's true for Oin, he did tshuva, but he didn't do the perfect tshuva. So then kol shekain today, as man is nach in them suffix. Even now, even after the war, people are still in the suffix. Hashem Yishmereinu, as nach a suffix called you. There's still Yidden who have a suffix about whether the Zionists are right. Chalila is minus chas shalom. You have a suffix about minus. Ein lechatzar gedoyla yoyster mizu. There's no greater misfortune than that. Okay? So that's what we see what he meant to do with the simon. The writers apparently didn't write out what he meant, but they just finished with the Dvar Torah. But this is what he says.
So the Zionists was